Good morning, curling fans, and welcome inside the Pittsburgh Curling Club and draw number 6 of TropiCurl 2026. This morning, our feature game on Sheet B between Serendipitous Plan B of the Bucks County Curling Club and Let's Try Summer Curling of the Virginia and Triangle Curling Clubs. The Virginia and Triangle team winning the coin toss and taking hammer, and will be throwing the red stones this morning. And a draw to the forefoot with their very first stone. If you heard the excited scream of the word box, we're playing the box game this morning here at the Curling Club. So if you draw the forefoot circle or you make a double takeout, you can yell box. There's a mystery prize box going around between the sheets. And whoever has the box when the first game is over wins the wonderful prizes inside. So you'll probably be hearing box yelled from across the rink here today. We do have 2 streams going on this morning, so this is our feature game here on Sheet B. The action from Sheets A, C, and D can be seen on our second stream. Both streams will be available all day long and all weekend long here for TropiCurl. And so a little bit of an overcurl there on the guard attempt, and that's going to have our team from Bucks County go after that shot stone. You can hear the skip there. Gotta curl, gotta curl. So this one a little wide. It is coming back, though, and it's going to make contact. And successfully makes the takeout. Doesn't get the roll, but precisely making a hit and roll to exactly where you want to. It's not actually as easy of a shot as I think a lot of people try to make it seem. So well done there to get the takeout. This one also wide, trying to push it back all the way. Will they get it over? Yes, they do. Makes contact. And does it get out of the house? Yes, it does. Just barely. So now a draw on the way from Bucks County. Trying to get under the cover of that red guard. And this is over curling. The sweepers absolutely trying their best to pound it, but just ticks off the red guard. Not a bad result, though, if you're Bucks County. Leaves you shot stone and a center guard to keep the play tight to the middle there. So Josh Crunk throwing second for Team Let's Try Summer Curling. Can he make the draw around that yellow? This is tight. And now trying to push it off and make sure it doesn't contact the yellow, and it won't. So first end there, a little bit of a wider path. Caught some slow ice and just died on him a little bit. And now we will see if David Grassi from Bucks County can make this draw. So many times in the first end of a game, as teams figure out the ice, it's basically a race to the forefoot. Whoever can get there first has a pretty good chance of scoring. And this rock wide and a little heavy, so they probably got fooled a little bit by that last rock from the red team that died and overthrew that one just a little bit. So we'll see what Jay Theotto can do here. And see if our team from Virginia can find their draw weight. This one out there a little bit. Now they're going to try and push it over undercover. And it just settles into the 4-foot edge there, but is open. And so a hit coming from Bucks County. This rock sailing on him quite a bit. Will it get over and make contact? No, it won't. So sails on by and leaves red sitting shot stone with hammer. So three or four rocks in a row down that same path down this side of the ice, and now it is already significantly quicker. And everybody having to adjust their weight and line early here. So trying to push this one over in front of their red, and it's going to go right down to it almost. Almost frozen to it, just a couple inches of space there. And so you can see the brooms tapping back and forth there as the Skip and the Vice have a little discussion about where they want to hit these red stones. two options really available for you. Hit it high with a lot of weight, and bang, bang, you make the double. Or hit it a little low, and you probably flop over in for shot, but you don't make the double. So it's whatever weight, really, that you're comfortable throwing this early in the game. And that broom is very tight to that stone, so I expect this to be a upweight hit. Sweepers on this, now coming off, back and forth a little bit here. That's usually a good sign. That means they like it. Now, does it clear the red stone? It does not. So really a great throw there. Just, needed to curl 1 inch less so that you don't catch those quite as square. Unfortunately, now it does leave the red stone as shot and basically completely protected under the red and yellow stone over there. And Mark Welker, who throws last for our team from Virginia. Throwing the hit here to remove that yellow and split the house. And now can they roll? Almost. So they do just sit ever so slightly exposed there, about half a rock available. Really from the hack, if you're the shooter, you can see that entire stone. So I imagine a hit and roll attempt coming again. And taking a little more ice this time, so a little lighter weight. Put the throw in control of your sweepers and hope they can tune it in for you. Hit that stone in just the right spot. The skip here asks, can you see all of it? Or the vice, excuse me, asks, can you see all of it? Skip said, yep. So here we go. Can he make the hit and roll? Sweepers on this all the way so far. Can they hold it? Not quite. Now, where does that yellow go? And unfortunately, it doesn't go in for even second shot. So now, with the final stone of the end, a wide open draw, 4-3. And here we go. Stone is on the way, taking plenty of ice, making sure they don't come anywhere near those center guards. They just need full 8 foot. And this rock is going to make contact with their own, and well executed there. Just enough inside that yellow stone for a score of 3. So a well-executed end there by our team from Virginia and Triangle. Excellent strategy decision there with that last stone. The way they threw that draw took maximum ice, so you're never near the center guard, and you know if you're heavy, you've got your own stone sitting right there you can bounce off of and still score 3. So a center guard up from Let's Try Summer Curling here to start the second end. And what's going to end up here as another center guard from Bucks County. We are playing the center line no tick rule at this Bonspiel. So if an opponent's guard is sitting on the center line during the free guard zone period, which is the first 5 stones of an end, you cannot move their stone off of the center line. So typically during the free guard zone period, you can't remove a guard from play, but you can make contact with it. But the no-tick rule prevents you from even making contact with a stone that's on the center line if you bump it off the center line at all. Clear the guards. Now where does this settle? It's carrying a little bit of speed. And just will hang around there in the back of the 12-foot circle. So a draw here. This stone very light. That is by far the widest path anyone has thrown so far here in just the second end. That side of the ice really hasn't been used at all. And so that stone a little on the slow side. So another chance for the team from Bucks County to be the first one to draw the 4-foot under those guards. It's a similar weight. Here you hear him saying back house. And this one does settle down though, just in the back, right on the 4-foot, 8-foot line there. So 2 very close shots there, but the 4-foot and the button still open. The hands up from the sweepers there. Usually that tells you they think it's a little on the heavy side. It does just settle itself in for second shot there. But the Bucks County team happy to ignore that stone and just try to draw the 4-foot again. And this stone also just a hair heavy. Taps their own stone. So Bucks County does sit 2. But the team from Virginia with a chance to put a lot of pressure on here if they can draw the button under 3 guards. This is very close. If it's got the weight, it's perfect, and it does. My goodness, draws the pin. And so now, as good as that end was starting to set up for Bucks County, you have no access to the shot stone at the moment. I think there's some back and forth here between the team on whether they want to try and set up a freeze to that red for later or whether they want to just start peeling the guards out of their way. So it looks like they've settled on the peel. And really any contact with that pile of guards is probably going to be a good outcome. And that works. Removes one guard, gets another one out of the way, and does open up a little bit of access to the shot stone. And of course, the red team going to try and throw the guard and take that access away. Sweeping this all the way. Throw is a little bit wide, so really caught some fresh ice, and they're going to have to dig. But they are, and with a great sweep there, they push that all the way over into a great position. So another peel coming here from Bucks County, trying to make sure they can get some access to the middle here for their skip. Hoping they can get both these yellow stones out of the way and have the shooter roll away as well. And again, they kind of open things up a little bit. Not a ton of weight there for a peel, so that stone almost 10.5 seconds. Hog to hog. You'd like to have your peels come in a little closer to 9 seconds or even less to really make sure when you make contact that some granite goes flying around. And so another guard. from the red team here, who's also happy to probably just come into the house as well. They're trying to just block this center hole. They're going to make contact with their own stone. Or the Bucks County stone, excuse me. And they raise Bucks County up to sit 2, 3, and 4. The question is, can Bucks get in there and get that red stone out? They've got really two options. If you don't want to set up a huge end and you just want to, score 1 or 2, you could just come down and make a little tap on the shot stone. Alternatively, you throw an absolute laser through here. Try to catch it just on one side or the other. And even if it removes one of your own stones, you could be sitting 2 or 3 at the end of this shot. But a decently tight little window to throw through, and this stone's got to move. So this will need to be a laser. This stone curling a lot. Makes contact with the guard. And unfortunately stuffs the red stone onto the yellow where it's now totally frozen. So at the moment here, not really a great opportunity for the Bucks County team to be able to remove that red. Now, the team from Virginia, I believe, saying they want to guard the middle still. What could be an interesting shot coming up, though, here is there is potential that the Virginia team could come in here, throw this here, and the Yellowstone they hit may also come back and get this one. Absolutely, incredibly hard shot, but possible. So this stone over curling and heavy, and clears the guards out of the way. I'm sure Bucks County's saying to themselves, where was that? Any shot before that one? So bad news for Bucks County. They have to get to the pin. Good news for Bucks County. The middle is now wide open. And they can basically just throw a dead nose hit and score their 1. And I think that is the call. I think there was a little bit of talk about could we ever make this slash here off the yellow in the 4-foot. But I believe they've settled on just try to nose the red, take your 1 point. Gets you on the scoreboard. You have the even end hammer early in the game. So here we go. Just needs the same shot he just threw. This is lighter, significantly lighter. A late sweep call here. This is going to over-curl. And that is going to be a steal of one. So I'm not sure what the weight call that they expected there was. It looked like, based on where the broom was, they were wanting about the same weight of throw, about a 10-second stone. And threw that one about 11.5. So just a little bit of bad luck there, really, for Bucks County, that they had an end of 3 or 4 set up and didn't get a miss from the team from Virginia until the very last stone when it was too late. Once again, if you're just joining us this morning, this is draw number 6 of TropiCurl 2026, our 10 a.m. draw. Throwing the red stones currently with a 4-0 lead is Team Let's Try Summer Curling from the Virginia and Triangle Curling Clubs. And throwing the yellow stones from the Bucks County Curling Club is Team Serendipitous Plan B. Just throw a little wide, sweeping hard to get a piece, and just won't quite curl enough for him. And so Bucks County immediately calling for the guard. And that stone just over curls a little on them. So the shot stone open and a freeze call from Virginia. So they'll try and just snuggle up to that yellow shot stone. Or also the Plan B can sneak right behind it. Not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if there was just a miscommunication or a little bit of a misfire. And now Bucks County is going to say, all right, let's try to take advantage of the miss and put another stone over there by our guard. Trying to curl this one over. Will it settle, though, in the house? And it will not. Just taken out of the house by the skip from Virginia. And so a second chance here from Josh Crunk. Sweeping this one end to end so far. Trying to get it just frozen to or just around the yellow stone. And it settles in the 4-foot, but in the open. And so you can see just a lightweight hit here coming from Bucks County, so trying to tap that red stone out while keeping their yellow shooter around. Immediate sweep call. They are going to have to go hard to hold this. They're going to be on their own yellow stone here. Now, not the end of the world if that sticks around, and it does. So they're unable to get to the red shot stone, but they do sit 2 and 3. So a hard sweep here, now letting it settle, and it sits just in the top 12. And you can see the skip with the tap there. So wanting to tap their own yellow stone onto the red stone and remove it. And can sit potentially 2. At least 2 or potentially 3 if they can make this shot just right. A little bit of a drift there on the throw. Is it going to come back enough? Yes, it does. So the shooter doesn't stick around, but they execute the main goal, which is remove the shot stone, and they do sit also half under cover of the red stone in the 12-foot. So another draw coming here from Let's Try Summer Curling, trying to just get basically right to the button, pushing it over now. And it settles into the back 4-foot. Now it does leave the team from Bucks County almost the same shot they just threw. It's a little tighter, but if you throw a little lighter weight, you can certainly curl around here. And boom, boom, boom. And that does appear to be the call. So can they make the lighter weight tap? You got to really be careful on this line call here. And a late sweep call. This is curling hard. It's going to crash on the red stone. So both the shooter and the red stone go out of play. If you're the team from Bucks County, though, you're not upset with that necessarily. It's leaving things open. You've got a couple stones in the house. They're not in a position to be doubled out. So again, you've still got a chance to put an end together. Again, a very immediate sweep here. Now they come off. And they'll tap the yellow stone a little bit. Probably does leave the double there. Now there's a chance this red stone here just stuffs into that yellow if you don't have your angle quite right. But if you can throw it hard enough and catch it thin enough, it'll go out over the side. So here we go, first skip stone of the third end. Asking for a sweep. This is curling a lot. And that is just an unlucky miss there. Kind of a worst case scenario. Doubles out two of your own stones. And so far, the Bucks County team just struggling a little bit on their hits, not quite able to marry up that line and weight combination. The stones here at the club textured just about a month ago and still have quite a bit of curl on them, and so even if you're on a hit, if you under-rotate the stone a little bit, it will just slide sideways on you no matter what. Now, interesting here, Triangle did not elect to remove that yellow stone. But Bucks County looks like they're just electing to throw the draw for one. Certainly an opportunity here if you wanted to come in and get this stone and sort of ring around the rosy. If you can move all three, you've got your two. But just trying to ensure they get on the scoreboard here, throwing a draw into a big pile of backing. And I don't know if they should have kept sweeping that. I'm not sure why they stopped there. They needed to nose that middle stone, and they do not. And I didn't see any official word there, but I believe that's a steal of two. And just some bad breaks for Bucks County this morning. Not missing shots by much. But just an inch here, an inch there on the wrong side of a stone. And here to start the fourth end into the house goes Let's Try Summer Curling. Probably won't see many more guards coming from them now with a 6-point lead. And on the flip side of that coin, Bucks County is going to need a lot of guards over the next couple ends here to try and get their way back into this. And that stone, just a little heavier than they wanted, settles in the back of the house. The ice this morning running about 14.2 seconds or so hog to hog for your T-line draw with no sweeping. Very sweepable, though. Even seen some 14.8, 14.9 stones make it. This stone a little heavy, trying to get the rub, and will not, and it'll go right on through. And that's just been the case, unfortunately, for the Bucks County team this morning. Just a few inches away from being right in this game. And a little lighter than they anticipated there. I think they were hoping that was going to be top 12, top 8 under the yellow stone, but leaves themselves a center guard. Trying to make the draw there, just wrecks on their guard. Just a hair light on the throw there, and comes up short. Once again, we do have 2 streams available all weekend long here. So we have our feature sheet stream, always showing the action on sheet B. And our second stream showing the action from across the ice house. Five draws yesterday, 5 draws today. And curling action all the way through 3 o'clock or so on Sunday with this 40-team event. And the team from Bucks County really with their backs against the wall now. Once you start to get down like this, you really want nothing but guards and draws. But with 3 red stones in the house, gotta start hitting. Just because of where they are with one of those stones on the forefoot. And again, just a couple inches wide. And pushes the redstone further under cover. Does remove the shot stone, but now red still shot, sitting 1-2, and even more under the cover of that center guard. A little bit of a plan B call now, trying to just bump their own and leave 2 guards, and they do. Wants him to shoot the gap here. So trying to go right through the red stones that are guards, make contact with the red shot stone. And of course, if you miss either direction and you peel a guard out of the way, that's not a bad outcome either. And that does appear to be what's going to happen. So clears one guard, taps another one over. And another guard coming from the team from Virginia and Triangle. Calling for line all the way. This stone a little heavy. It's going to come down to their other one. And tap it up into the button. And sometimes, you know, especially at our club level, amateur level curling here, shots like that are just what make all the difference. The Let's Try Summer Curling team missing on the side of tolerances today. Missing heavy when they can be heavy, missing narrow when they can be narrow. The Bucks County team just on the opposite side of that this morning and making all the difference. And again, sails wide on that one. And pushes the red stone over to sit 1, 2, and 3. So another guard on the way here, but of course happy to also do the exact same thing they did on their last shot and draw down into the house again. And that's exactly what they'll do. Coming right down to their shot stone. Now pushing over under the guard. And now if you are the team from Bucks County, really probably nothing left to do here except try to draw the pin. Right now, get into that pocket and get a point and get on the board. So the draw on the way. A hand up from the sweeper. They think it's a little heavy. It's certainly not curling as much as you would expect, so definitely looks like it's on the heavy side. And just makes contact with one of the red stones, rolls away. And rinse, wash and repeat here for our team from Virginia. Just stick another stone anywhere over in that hole. This stone looks like it's going to end up a guard. Over curling on them a little bit. But bounces off and sits in a perfect spot. And nothing left to do here but draw the pin. Brian France, skip of the team from Bucks County here, has not had an easy go of things this morning. Every shot he has to make is throwing against 2 or 3 or 4 red stones. Sweepers on this one. It looks very light. They are going to have to absolutely dig. And certainly not a chance that a 15.5-second stone is going to get to the button. So that'll be 4. So let's try summer curling. Like to take a moment to thank our sponsors here at the Pittsburgh Curling Club. Our 2025-2026 Bonspiel season, sponsored by the Pittsburgh Sports and Exhibition Authority. A great partner organization for all the sports teams and clubs here in and around Pittsburgh. We'd also like to thank K&J Magnetics, a longtime sponsor of the Pittsburgh Curling Club, along with Purvis Brothers Incorporated. once again, we do have 2 streams all weekend long, so feel free to check out both our feature sheet stream here and our standard feed of all 4 sheets. If you've joined us recently and you hear box being screamed from somewhere across the ice, playing the box game here at the curling club this morning. So if your team draws the 4-foot or makes a double takeout, you yell box. There's a box of goodies, mystery goodies, floating around the ice out there, and whenever the first game ends, the team that has the box wins whatever wonderful surprises await them inside. So Bucks County trying to sneak around their own stone and make contact with that red. Sweeping this one hard all the way. Just clears their stone. An excellent sweep there. Takes out the red. But of course, the red team is going to just return the favor. They end up taking out their own stone there. And now yellow will throw a guard. Waiting for this one to curl. A little on the heavy side and goes right down between their other 2 stones. So not quite lined up there for a triple, but a hit coming nonetheless. And they'll just be happy to remove 1 or 2 of these stones. And does take out 1. this weekend, also being posted on bondspieler.com. So if you want to follow any of the other draws or see the scores from the weekend, you can find TropiCurl 2026 at bondspieler.com. And that stone perfectly placed there. So yellow sitting shot stone on the 4-foot. Very difficult to tell who's sitting second at the moment. Both the yellow and the red just biting the 8-foot. And a hit coming here. This stone curling quite a bit more than they expected and will just stuff. So it does take out the shot stone, but then sits shot itself. So they'll try to draw behind that red stone on the center line. And this stone is heavy. Does just settle in the back 12. So yellow sits 1. Very close on who's second. And then yellow sits 4. Those stones, though, perfectly lined up for a double or even a chance at a triple. So what does Mark Welker have in him? You heard the call from the house there, narrow. So just going to clear out one stone. Had to catch that first stone on the high side, or at least on the nose to have a chance at the double or the triple there. It's a little narrow, but clears out one. If you see that moving timer there on the back wall on the screen in the middle, these games are timed here. 90 minutes to play 6 ends. So if you finish your 6th end before that timer says 0, you play a full 8-end game. If you're still in the 6th end when that timer goes off, you just play one more end and you finish in the 7th. So attempting to draw around the red center line stone once again here is Skip Brian France. And he's on it. How far is it going to tap it? Actually, it's not really going to tap it at all. Slides just across the face of it. Guards their shot stone, though. And the team from Virginia in triangle will just try to make that draw themselves. Last stone of the fifth end for Let's Try Summer Curling, and can they get this draw? A lot of curl out there today. This is tight. I think they'll just elect the raise instead as plan B, which I'm sure they're just fine with. A tight and light there pushes the Yellowstone up onto third shot. And a chance at 4 here. If you can hit that red and stick around, you get 4. If you can hit that red and just take it out, even if your shooter leaves, you get 3. So here we go. Brian's not had an easy shot particularly all day. Every end he's had a high pressure against a bunch of red stones. This time he's at least already scoring. So here we go. Can they make the hit for 3 or 4? Sweeping it all the way hard. Holding it as best they can, end to end sweep. Can they make contact? No, they cannot. Oh my goodness. Just misses. And that will get Bucks County on the board with a score of 1. And looks like both teams sort of agreed they'll just throw the stones back just to get the stones back down to this end where they have to start anyway. But that shot that you just saw there from Bucks County has unfortunately been a tale of their entire morning. Not playing bad, not missing shots massively, just an inch here and an inch there. Across the rest of the ice house here, not particularly close games on sheet A or C either. But does look like we've got quite a battle going on over on sheet D. As it is currently 7-6 for yellow in the what looks like to be the fifth end over there. They are going to be up against the timer here just to finish the 5th end in time. That may end up just being a 6-end game over there. Back here on sheet B, just a tough day at the office for Serendipitous Plan B, our team from Bucks County. They also had the dreaded late game, early game scenario, so played their first game last night in the last draw of the evening at 8:15 and then had to turn around and come to the early draw this morning. Although 10 o'clock, not too bad. Our first draw tomorrow morning will be at 8 a.m. as we will play 7 draws tomorrow on a very jam-packed lose and you're out day here at TropiCurl. If you're not super familiar with curling club bonspiels, typically 3 games guaranteed, so they don't operate, in a standard round-robin format or double elimination tournament, because you want to make sure these teams that have traveled from across the country or across the continent here in some cases with teams from Canada, everybody wants to get in their ice time and get their games, so 3 guaranteed games that split into multiple brackets. But once you get to Saturday, it is lose and you're out. So 3 stones in play here from Bucks County. And trying to just freeze to the shot stone here for the red team. A little on the light side, pounding this all the way. They're going to get it to touch the paint. But Plan B continues to sit 1, 2, and 3. And will now draw under that red stone. Stone well light of what they were trying to do. Ends up over curling and just being a guard. one stone left to go on sheet A, and it looks like red is dead frozen on the button with no access almost. So that'll probably end that game, I would think, which will end our box game here as well. And Bucks County now trying to just draw down to this stone on the button and make a little tap. This stone is very heavy. And I believe the call was just for a lightweight tap. This stone, more than board weight, and just sails right on by. Well, it looks like things are going to continue on sheet A. They've got a few rocks left before this game ends, so see if they can snag the box. And we'll see if Brian France here can make this tap here on the red stone. Or even if you can make the freeze. Obviously, you know, the game well out of hand at this point, but you're still playing to, you know, read the ice, practice shots, dial in your game. You're going to have another game. You're going to have a chance to stay alive. So you keep working on things. Now this also going to be for the tap. And just clears out the red stone. And so just a nose hit available now, or a little nose hit and roll. Sweeping this one hard end to end, trying to just dial it in here. Makes contact with the yellow and rolls over onto the button. And so Bucks will attempt basically the same shot here. See if they can just tap it and sit there on the button, or even roll over a little bit under the guards. So here we go on the way. Letting it curl, now sweeping. Need to let it curl even more. It's plenty around the guard. And just makes the tap. Sends the redstone out the back. Kind of caught in between there. You'd like to, if you're going to make the hit, you'd like to let it curl a little more and flop under the guards. And last stone here for red, sweeping it all the way. Coming in will make contact with the yellow. A score of 1 for red. And that will be handshakes. So 11-1 here in 6 ends for Let's Try Summer Curling from the Virginia and Triangle Curling Clubs. Just a tough day for Serendipitous Plan B. Curling a game of inches and so many shots that were very close, but just on the wrong side, and an inch or two off, and that's all it takes. So that'll end draw number 6 here of TropiCurl 2026. All 3 games still going on sheets A, C, and D, so feel free to jump over to that stream. Both streams will be available all weekend long. Once again, our final score here. Let's Try Summer Curling 10, Serendipitous Plan B 1. Thanks as always for watching. We hope you have a great rest of your day and good curling.